As we promised, it's time for tea, but we can have some discussion around the resource sharing formula. There's a lot of discussions going on, and people aren't sure how resources should be shared. So basically what is going on is that the Senate is expected to discuss the resource sharing formula this week. I will check the dates. So people are also getting involved in the public discourse. So that's our main discussion now for this breakfast meeting with myself. Let me go into Twitter. There must be very interesting conversations around the resource sharing formula in Kenya. Okay, I will go to Twitter and do a search for resource sharing formula and see what comes on Twitter. People are saying things here. As I have said, there is a formula, a new formula, which is supposed to be approved by the Senate. Normally it comes from the Commission on Revenue Allocation, and the formula now says, we'll look at it later, but what are people saying about it? Alternatively, we can, but before we look at the formula, let us look at what people are saying. William Samoei Ruto, PhD, Deputy President, on Twitter, is saying that the ongoing revenue formula debate is unnecessary, divisive, and the Constitution envisages fair and equitable sharing of all our resources. The legislature must, as per its mandate, structure a win-win formula that is sensitive to proposals made without hurting any county. In our Sekana, that is standing on the fence, not wanting to take positions. For me, what I want is for marginalized counties in Kenya to be given a priority to get more, because that is equity. I'm not an advocate of equality. We can't share resources equally throughout Kenya. We have 47 counties. They have to share according to need, and that is fairness. We give those counties which have been marginalized since and even before independence, from the pre-colonial period, actually from the colonial period to now, they should be given more resources so that they rise, they come up to the same level as other counties like Nairobi, Kiambu, Nakuru, Kisii, and others. Because there was a session of paper number 10 of 1965, which was written by Mboya and Mwai Kibaki when he was a senior government minister in the finance ministry or department, whatever it was called. The session of paper number 10 called for development of high potential areas like the central Kenya or Mount Kenya region, coastal region like Mombasa, Kisumu, Kisii. These high potential areas where there's a lot of rainfall, there's potential for agriculture, and then they were looking forward to sharing whatever comes out of that as loans with the counties which were marginalized. Anyway, that is my stand. I can't sit on the fence while an important discussion like this one is going on. Hamed Nasir Abdullahi, Senior Counsel, says that I'm completely at sea on the new formula for resource sharing. How can Kiambu County get more resources than Mandera? Kiambu produced 2 presidents, 5 attorney generals, 30 ministers, 40 PS, as over 210 billionaires. Hospitals, roads, schools were all built by the first president. Mandela has, I think this is a continuation, 1 minister since independence, 2 permanent secretaries, 1 hospital, few schools, 3 kilometers of tarmac road, no water, no reliable electricity. What does Kiambu need? Why does Kiambu need all this money for? Mandela needs to build schools, hospitals, boreholes, solar power that were not done since 1963. I agree 100% with Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, Senior Counsel. That is the direction we should go. We should share resources equitably. Those counties which have been marginalized, like Mandera, like Wajir, Garissa, Turkana, Tana River, Lamu, and others, they should get more. Counties like Nairobi, where development has been taking place since the railway reached there, they should get less when it comes to equitable distribution of resources. That is the way to go. This lawyer knows more about justice. That is social justice, economic justice. Sharing resources according to need is fairness. Rain Asamoah. Okay, basically, the point is made. The resources should be shared equitably and not equally, the way some of my friends are debating on WhatsApp groups. It should not be equally. We should share resources equitably. Those with more mouths to feed, more mouths to give medicine, those who are more poor, they should get more resources to improve the condition, the economic condition, the economic, social, and health conditions of their people. But I have to send a warning to the governors who are corrupt. Please stop the corruption. Even if we send all the resources your way, if you squander, if you are members of executive squander these resources, it will not serve its purpose of developing Kenya. Let us abstain from squandering public resources. Let us not misappropriate resources meant for the people of your county. The same message goes to the national government, that let us always abstain from corruption. Otherwise, this country will be far away in terms of development. We will be ahead of several other African nations and even Asian and even European nations. It is possible. We can make it. That is my 50 cents this morning. We will have more discussions like this one in our next episodes. So for that case, let me eat my banana in peace. When you're sharing, it's like sharing a cake, a piece of cake. You have children from various families. Some of them, they have already cakes at home, and others have never seen a cake. So how do you share the cake? You give a little piece of the cake to those who have more cake at home. Then this bigger cake, you give it to those who have never seen cake. That is equity. And if we share the revenues like that,